Hey, with your boys, Wiston and Alex. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi, Wiston.
Hi, it's me, Wiston. This is Alex.
So right now we're in the mountain of the moon.
Ah!
And oh god, we're under assault.
Yeah, I mean,
We're being struck by a fairy.
I'm very glad a cliff fairy wasn't our first one.
I think
Not
honestly
because
being
of
kinda cool.
sexism, because I'm just not a fan of fairies.
You know, I'm not.
Not because I'm homosexual, just because fairy type bothers me.
Okay, Winston.
Not because I'm unproductive and not progressive towards one of my favorite game series. It's just because I don't think it was inserted in a proper fashion for the generation it was inserted into.
That's actually an interesting topic. How would you have preferred it to be inserted into the game?
A little more organically in a game that wasn't really like Gimmick Storm 2099, but like, I'm sorry, that was unfair. It's actually a pretty good game, but because honestly, X and Y
are honestly
was
my favorites.
pretty. Those are favorites?
I mean,
but, you know,
it's like gold, silver, crystal, and even their remakes sort of have the most special place in my heart.
Yeah. Like,
but in terms of the thing that at any point I can just pick up and play, it's absolutely X and Y. And that might be because because I always have a bunch of different games, and then I have one file that's sort of my end game file that I always go back to. That's the canon game. And for me right now, that's my Y because I have like 3,000 hours and the completed Pokedex and all that crap.
yeah.
I think it's just a really, it's like a perfect playground.
Interesting.
If
I
not,
like that idea.
If not necessarily like the most like potent game, like most perfectly designed, exciting game, but in terms of just like pick up this game, you'll have a good time consistently. I think it's the
No,
best.
yeah, it's really consistent. I think it's the most like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
And fuck, what's wrong with me? Oh, I got it mixed up. I was like, what's going on here?
You can probably just scratch it. Also, please be careful.
I'm trying. Rockto! I just wanted to see it
No, I
once in
gotcha.
this goddamn playthrough.
It's canceled.
Don't cancel us, Disney.
Rock, cancel.
Oh, by the way, we're sponsored by Disney. Except we're not. Please don't sue us, Disney. I'm very frightened of
Dude, you
Disney.
gotta be careful. They have snipers.
Dude, now that I'm in show business, Disney is my greatest enemy.
They are.
Holy shit, this is really... Unless you want to sponsor us, Disney, in which case sponsor us. I love you.
So back to fairy types.
Oh yeah, fairy types. I just don't like fairy types
no,
because I'm 12. I hate things.
I don't mind fairy types, sort of, inherently. I dislike that fairy is sort of synonymous with pink.
Yeah, that was weird.
There are some fairies that I think are cool. Like,
you know?
I would have liked it if they were like spirits, like almost like Mononoke-ish.
I think a spirit type would have been cool.
Because I like the idea of like these.
Because
sort of
that's really what they were
wild-
aiming for. A lot of them are spooky, weird
They're sort
things.
of they're sort of unsettling.
Should I talk to Jiminy Cricket?
Oh,
over
he's
here?
gonna tell us things about Brock.
Sometimes Brock does stuff for me.
It's true. When he's not being a pervert. When he's not
Oh,
sad,
he's not bleeding out of the nose. Ah ha ha, Brock.
Uh,
I'm not gonna fight this one.
yeah, it's not really worth it.
That's what our viewers want to see.
Hold on. Check our party. Weren't we focusing on Shin?
Were we? Oh no, yeah, we were.
Right, because he's gonna be the one who, like, we're gonna want him just to take out that Pidgeotto, just so we have something super reliable.
Fucking sorry.
Are you trying
I'm
to
not
go?
used to this.
No.
Completely is a controller layout on this, not an
Wait, hold on,
emulator.
hold on. Don't take. Press back. Away. Okay. Just
Oh,
go
you
to
can't
back.
do that. Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
no,
right,
yeah,
right,
it's in the
right,
new
right,
generations
right.
that you can do that, which is on.
Right.
The one thing I like about the new generations is they implement a lot of interesting sort of interface things, which are just really lovely. Like,
Oh yeah, it's because they had
this lady has
time.
grass.
Whoa.
Do you have the money?
Wait, what? Oh, that would have been useful.
10 a.m. A joke about drugs. I'd say switch.
Yeah, it's not gonna involve.
Yeah, let's just let Basil.
Basil.
Hang up the picture.
In
Right.
which case, it's the enemy. Hang up the enemy, Basil. Oh god,
If
he's
you're
like,
vines.
he's gonna level up. This is exciting.
Oh yeah, he's gonna. Oh, he's
Electricity powers weekend. Good. That helps
Boom.
me.
It does.
Fucker. Eat it.
So we just go.
Eat my vines. Suck my vines. Basil's level 6. He's 16. Sweet 16, baby.
Oh, look at him.
Oh, my boy.
He's so pretty. He's so enthusiastic too. Look, he's just like,
Bulbasaur is
hey!
never like unhappy to
No.
like see you. I love him.
I do too.
Ivysaur is my favorite second stage of any.
I'm always really delighted by him because he just looks really cool.
He's so cool. I don't know. I think
He
when
looks
I
like
think of Pokemon, I kind of think of Ivysaur.
Yeah. To me, he looks sort of like the 9-year-old that turns 16 and gets a leather jacket. As you know, people do.
Dude,
just
that
in
was
the
totally
world.
me. One day, my grandpa gave me the leather jacket of one of his former employees.
Oh wow.
He was pretty cool. I can't remember his name. I think it was like Marcus or something like that.
Go well.
Yeah,
but go on,
okay.
tell me about
That's my
Marcus.
bad. But oh dear lord.
Oh nice.
Oh fuck,
they
yeah.
can do that.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Oh,
but no, yeah, he-
probably from now on, if we see Rock, just go to Vegeta since he's under
Oh
leveled
fuck,
and
yeah,
he
right.
can also handle
Duh.
it. No, no worries.
Dumb. But anyway, oh yeah, I forget that he has like
Flower
not a
power.
very good like back in this game.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna really diversify the love here and send out a third Pokemon.
Let's do it.
No, yeah, I had a leather jacket that was given to me by my grandfather's former employee, and I was so excited to wear this leather jacket. I wore it to school one day.
Oh, good.
And I felt so fucking cool. I felt so fucking cool, and I would walk around, and I went to morning meeting at my hippie ass high school, dressed like a delinquent, and we're all sitting up front. I'm like leaning out with my like legs spaced apart. I'm like, "What's up,
Yeah.
motherfucker?" I felt like Judd Nelson from The Breakfast Club.
Go back and battle that lady.
Right, and
We're the coolest girl.
should
in
I
this
have? Yeah, fuck it, it's happening.
cave. She's handleable.
Wow, it's way bigger here than I thought. Whoa, it's like a cave.
Yeah, dipshit, but
Miriam.
Maid Miriam, but
Miriam.
So this is where it got embarrassing. It was like I felt really cool. I'm not the type of kid that's like, look how cool I am. I'll just show how cool I am. Show don't tell.
Yeah, of course. First rule of
At,
storytelling.
at the age of 16, when I was a fucking loser. But when I was still a fucking loser. But so I'm sitting up at the front of this meeting. Whoa! And I'm wearing my chill ass leather jacket that still smells like cigarettes. It was making me actually ill. But I was like, I'm gonna endure it for the babes.
Yeah.
And one of my friends, he was in the grade above me. His name's Troy. Shout out to Troy. Troy, I love you and I miss you, and I think we should talk again.
What the Greeks did to you was wrong.
What the Greeks did to you was very wrong. I'm very sorry that they sacked you and stuck a horse inside of you. But no, he comes up to me. He's like, Winston, and I was like, oh god, he's gonna say how cool I am. And then he was like, your car's running in the parking lot, and I was like, fuck. So I had to run out of the morning meeting dressed like Judd Nelson and turn off my car desperately.
That's probably one of the best ways to run out of a meeting, to be in a hurry. It's like, stop, I have to go beat up a mugger.
People laughed. Felt good.
Yeah.
Real nice.
I've had 4
Deserved it, but it felt good.
I've had 4 leather jackets in my life, and they all sort of took me on a different journey.
Oh, yeah, you did have a lot of leather jackets.
Well, I mean, in my entire life. I think you've only seen one of them.
I've only seen one.
Yeah.
I thought you had 2.
No, I've only had one that you've seen.
My secret jacket.
So my first leather jacket I got when I was in the 5th grade.
Of course.
It was because we were doing a 5th grade version of Grease for the school play, which is
Well,
not
that's the
really...
perfect place to get a leather
It's
jacket.
not really a child-friendly play.
No, it's
like,
not.
I mean, there's like
murder and
car
shit.
theft
Yeah.
and possible
I've
pregnancies.
never seen Grease.
I haven't either. I just know that it happens in it.
I'm completely working off of like that one song sequence that we all had to sing in like grade school.
We go together.
Weird girl.
Blah
Yeah.
blah doobity beam bidam bap about.
Scooby Dooby Dap Dee Bap Bap.
Yep,
That's
that
the
one.
song, right?
Which
Yeah.
is
Scat Man.
And it also has that really great lesson for young children. Which is,
Rape
hey,
girls.
if you like that too.
I don't know what
if
actually
if
happens.
you like a guy,
I feel like it's about rape.
and he doesn't like you back because you're too nice and you're not easy and you don't wear.
You're a naughty
like,
Samson.
You
Yeah.
don't look like an
Vince
80s
Thief.
groupie.
Should we give some
Just
Thief?
start smoking in high school.
Yeah.
Do weird things to your hair and
Shoot,
face,
boop, bop, boop,
and then
bibbidi, bop,
just
boop.
turn into the generic sex doll he could possibly want. Then fly off into the sky in a car.
It's a very new wave feminist film, I gotta say.
So my first leather jacket was one that my mother gave me for that play, which was actually my grandmother's, who was dead at the time, so she wasn't using it. She still is.
Yo.
Love you, Grandma.
Good work, Grandma.
And it was actually a really cool jacket. My mom used to wear it, and so then I started wearing it. And then after that, I got my own leather jacket from like a leather jacket store, but it wasn't a good one. And so it's
leathery.
basically the size of a t-shirt on me
tanner.
now.
Oh.
And it was really cool, but I think my
tiny
mom
leather
still wears
jacket.
it. But it was cool because it was like, it had a very nondescript exterior, but on the inside it had little like stitched on pictures of like 40s pinup girls and stuff like that.
I've been seeing a lot. That's awesome.
It was really cool.
That's fucking trill. I would wear that now.
Yeah.
In like a completely ironic. But anyway,
It was
I've
less
seen-
cool when you're a fat 12-year-old.
No, yeah. Well, more cool from like a meta perspective.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, but I was faster, so I got the quicker attack. But what's I
Our rat beat
Oh
your
yeah,
rat.
I've been seeing so many 12-year-olds in leather jackets, or specifically children
Yes.
in leather jackets. And the largest concentration I've seen them in was at the Ren Fair, where I live, on the moon. Don't tell anyone where I live. People I've shouted out in this episode 300 times.
Everything here is made of cheese. You know,
But yeah, I think it's a hippie thing now, is that like leather jackets are like a thing. And I see them everywhere, and they're putting their kids in leather jackets, and they're breastfeeding at the age of 12, which was an unnerving thing to oh, not 12. He was more like 5.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Like, that's like on the outer not like it's normal, but it's on the outer limit, like the weird stuff that normal people hear.
Yeah, I actually am completely fine with breastfeeding. Like, I don't know why people get so upset about it.
I
Like,
think
really?
that
But-
people are very uncomfortable with the idea of sexuality, and
That's probably where
that
it comes
breastfeeding
from.
is sort of sexualized in a way because
Oh,
breasts
fuck,
are
he's a
sexual
hiker,
objects.
probably has geodudes. But no,
Well-
yeah, it was more like a 5-year-old that
Yeah.
struck me as odd, and the fact that he was wearing a leather jacket kind of
Yeah.
did this Freudian
No,
weird
that-
thing that I was like, ew.
That is kind of funny. Like, on the one hand, like, I think that, I mean, I sort of do subconsciously feel that way, that it's kind of weird for a 5-year-old to be breastfeeding. I wouldn't, like, make that judgment. But it's just that
like,
feeling is there. But I will say
fuck,
that if
making a
you're
mistake.
old enough to wear clothing that's associated with, like, getting into fights and going
Teens?
to bars,
Yeah.
you should not be breastfeeding.
No, yeah.
Maybe.
No, well, the
Or
kid,
it's just an interesting conflict,
no,
I
yeah,
suppose.
the kid had no choice. It's just like,
Come here, Timmy!
suck my boobie! But no, it was like, you know, he was still being babied. I think
Sure.
I think I get weirded out when babying occurs.
Yeah, when you
it's
baby
like,
someone who's striving towards maturity.
yeah, which is why I'm not disturbed by a great deal of like weird quote unquote things.
Yeah. Because
Uh,
normativity is a lie.
well, because I'm completely desensitized by the fucking internet. Like, I've seen so much weird shit, you know?
Honestly,
like,
that's also it.
I have been tricked into watching ISIS execution videos and, like,
What?
shit like that. You know, like, the internet is really weird.
Okay,
like,
your VIP credentials go a lot further than mine do on the
well,
internet.
well, they're fucking everywhere. ISIS is totally, like, the YouTube of terrorism. But, like, stuff like
or
that,
possibly
you know?
just the terrorism of YouTube.
So when people are like on like the Big Bang Theory, like, oh my god, that woman is wearing a low cut dress, I'm like, or I don't know, I can't think of something that's like low level anymore, but like, or breastfeeding in public. I don't know.
Gay people.
Gay people. Oh my god, and Friends. Being
Yeah.
gay was like
Seriously.
breastfeeding in public. Yeah, fuck you, Ross. Get with the times. Get with the times, you 90s TV character. Asshole.
Yeah, I think the lesson we can take away from this is that if the protagonist of your show is a white male who doesn't work on cars, he's probably terrible.
I think it doesn't matter the race. I could see pretty much anyone in a... Because
No, but
there's one thing I learned from 80s television. It's that Asian teenagers that know Kung Fu all have leather jackets on.
That's true, but the reason I say specifically white is because I can't think of like a black sitcom where the main character is like, oh, why doesn't she like me? I should be rude to her.
Urkel.
No, Urkel was really nice. Urkel was a good role model. He
Urkel
was
was a
both
good
a
role
lover
model?
and a fighter.
I never watched Family Matters.
He was really. Do you know what he could
Is
do?
that Well, I know what he could do.
Like, do you know that
he
could
was
turn-
Tony Stark.
No, but do you know that like he could put himself in a machine and transform himself into like a kung fu lover?
Was that the plot of the show?
No, that was just something he could
No,
do.
yeah, I know he could do that.
He could turn. What was the guy? I think the guy's name was Stefan.
Stefan
But then
Urkel.
one time he turned himself into someone. He had to get into a fight, and so
Die.
and so I've watched like 2 episodes of Family Matters. This is one of the ones
Dude,
I've seen.
pull out all 60 total minutes or 40 total
right.
minutes of your understanding of Family Matters.
So he has to get into a fight. And
Do you want to know
his-
something also very hilarious?
What?
We still aren't timing our goddamn episode. So this is like the 14th weirdly shaped polygonal episode. Like,
I think we can go-
34 minutes and 12 seconds.
I think we can play till we get to the end of Mount Moon. That should be good.
I don't know why I'm still walking. I think it's because I'm totally using not an emulator. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's definitely why.
But,
So Urkel.
Stefan
So
Urkel.
he had to get into a fight, and so he's
Wait, what
priming up his machine, and his machine.
Oh,
juices.
Vegeta needs to be trained.
He
Holy
does, yeah.
shit. What am I doing?
And so his girl Friday, whatever her name is, she starts talking to him like, "Are you gonna be
Little
Stefan?"
kids shouldn't be messing around with grown-ups.
Well, that's
That's
actually...
actually a good lesson.
It could be bad news.
It really could be.
No, yeah,
If it gets on the news, it'll be bad.
he's a bad boy. Look at how bad he is. He's got like a narrowed brow and a ball.
So my third leather jacket.
Yeah, what's your third leather jacket story?
My grandmother.
I'm so stupid.
What?
I did rock tomb instead of a low kick or karate chop.
It's okay. I'm telling you these really interesting stories. That's why you're distracted.
No, you do it.
So my grandmother had this thing
This'll
where
be
she has
fine.
4 grandkids, and whenever they would reach a certain age, she would get them something. So like whenever we turned 16. We all got leather jackets. So we went to the store and we were picking out leather jackets, and I immediately picked the one that looked most like Wolverine would wear it.
That's fucking awesome.
It had like those like
That's the logic
shoulder
I
pads
use.
with like the stripes on them.
Dude.
But the thing
I
was,
actually love those.
it was really cool. But the thing was, it was gigantic on me. Like, because the guy was like, "Oh
Like a
yeah, you'll
suit.
totally grow into it," which I did not.
No.
Because when I
Never
was
do.
16, I was like slightly shorter than I am now and really heavier. So, but basically the difference is that now I'm about like maybe 3 inches taller and 50 pounds lighter.
No, yeah,
So,
that's a factor.
it basically, whenever I wore it, unless I was wearing like gigantic sweatpants, I looked
my
sort of like I
euros.
was in an old like Shakespearean movie where like I have a really bulky top and then pantaloons.
The only thing you would need is like the big frilly collar.
Basically,
And
yeah.
you're bam bam boom done.
And then my final leather jacket, which I got after I
final
tore
form.
that one, was a like pleather zip-up jacket.
Sorry, viewers, we're moving along now.
Jacket.
With the T.
Which has bite marks in it, is
Did you
faded.
malfunction? What was that?
It's an interesting story, which I'm not going to tell right now.
Okay.
And the zipper was gone, so I took like a little key ring and just slid that into the slot, so now it's that, which suits me because it's completely destroyed, and it's basically made of paper clips at this point. And I'm saving my final leather jacket because I think I only want to own 5 in my lifetime.
That's probably smart.
I want to get one of those ones with like really long badass tails, so I can look like a pirate. Not like
No comment.
not like wolf tails or like squirrel tails. Like,
Okay.
like coat tails.
I was like, are you a furry, Alex? Have we encountered?
no, like because I just want a
Freedom?
leather jacket that like drapes down like.
Oh,
to
you're
the back of
talking
my
about
knees.
like, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna wear it all the time, just for windy days.
And look like Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I totally identify with that emotion. He's kind of a great character. Like, as much as
He's been overplayed.
he's
but he
been
is
overplayed,
entertaining.
but like he was also kind of like one of the first
He
in
was
our
pretty
modern cinematic situation to
First
do
one.
that.
like an iconic franchise character who just carries the whole thing.
No, not because there are a lot of characters that carry things, but I think he was the first one to really make like that, almost like meta drunken slovenly.
Oh, yeah.
Wit, like
Yeah.
a very current, like new way of. Because you know how like people in cinema transition from like the '70s hero to the '80s hero.
Yeah.
I think that he was kind of the person who took it from the '90s hero into the 2000s.
No, that's
hero.
true. Yeah, because it is one of those really popular things in comedy. Not, and I don't mean in like stand-up comics, but I mean
Yeah.
people like being on YouTube trying
For
to be
adventure
funny.
movies, not like
Yeah.
action movies.
Who
'Cause
try
Bourne
to-
did that.
Who try to project their personality in a witty way through just like erratic dysfunctionality.
Oh yeah.
It's sort of like how like
You want to watch me miss with Rock Tomb?
please. Once there was like a YouTuber somewhere who
Yeah.
made some sort of like
Yes.
quip, and so then every video by every YouTuber who's trying to make a joke
Yeah.
was like they'd say something that didn't make sense or was a little bit overplayed, and then they go, okay.
Yeah.
And so that was like and so people were doing that in
Yeah.
like 2008, and now there are still YouTubers who aren't funny but think like, oh yeah, all my videos have to be funny, and so they just throw that in there
Well,
whenever they're talking
yeah.
about a topic.
Like the angry video game nerd, for example, everyone's talked about this.
happened there.
Yeah. I was like, oh, but the angry video game nerd for
Wait, hold on. Talk to that rock.
which rock?
The one. Okay, go up.
Oh, that rock.
that
sorry.
rock.
I was like, we're in a cave, Alex. But
Listen, that rock can give us a lot of wisdom. That rock's been places. Do you know how old that rock is?
millions of billions of years old.
Easily, it's seen things. Who will I marry,
But no, yeah, like the angry video game nerd, for example.
Yeah.
He basically inspired a bunch of like the first video gamies that were like video game YouTubers that were like, "Let's do this video game." Blah, blah, blah. Like that's the classic joke that I'm
Yeah.
not going to go into because it's already been done 1,000 times. But no, yeah, even the nostalgia
Hey, you want to
critic.
beat up a nerd?
I'm going to talk to him because I'm a fucking strong, independent woman.
You're my fossils. It came to me.
Super nerd Dylan wants to battle.
Oh, good.
Let's fucking kill Dylan.
let's hurt
Just
Dylan.
kidding, Dylan.
I
You're
wanna be
great.
sad.
I'm so passionate about loving you.
I refuse to. He's poison type.
Fighting
Neither
beats
of those.
this, right?
No.
Didn't think so.
I refuse to be kind to Dylan until he sings for me.
Dylan sang for me, I
Uh,
think.
I think Basil and Leech Seed?
Basil and leech.
Because otherwise someone's gonna get poisoned.
I think so. Yeah. I was thinking about that. I was like, do I want to risk this? We only have like 2
I mean, we're
potions
close to
left.
the end, and we're gonna get an antidote.
No,
right
Dylan
after
never
this,
sang
but
for
still.
me.
Yeah, he never sang for me either.
He danced for me.
If you,
With, you know,
I don't think that can be called
he did.
dancing.
He did it though. Like Dylan, you're a great dancer.
The other seed.
Dylan, you're such a bad dancer.
He's terrible.
But I love you so much. This is my goodbye to you. He doesn't give a shit. Pound.
Okay,
Pound
seed
me.
him. Other seeds. No, okay, that's... Can I see your license and
Dude,
registration?
I'm hard. My presence on this game is hard mode. No, it's because I'm just flustered because I'm behind the wheel and talking to my.
No, I
girlfriend
gotcha.
now. This is also my very. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is my very first like playthrough of any game on YouTube.
I've been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah, he's busy.
And then I got downsized, and they saddled me with you.
Yep, I'm
I
the
babysit this child.
I'm the IT
this
crowd.
white child.
I'm all the. You are white as well.
I am, yeah.
Mr. Man, but like. Way to say that like it's a bad thing, you racist Greek. But no, yeah,
Alex, the racist Greek. Bum, bum.
no, yeah, I'm the cool characters in the IT crowd.
Yeah.
Do not disable my Vine Whip. It's all I have. This is gonna last way longer. It's not even threatening. It's just kind of annoying. Thank you, Leech Seed. You're the best.
See, Leech Seed is the best move. Like, it's one of those moves
Cannon,
that when
best
you
move.
played it back in the day, you're like, who cares? Get rid of it. But it's just really useful. I'd say still stay and
Yeah.
drop a Leech Seed, and then we can switch out to someone to
Yeah.
spread experience.
I fully agree. Miguel.
Yeah.
It used to be over there, is why I keep.
Oh,
going
okay,
over
I
there.
see. And they both
I
say
think
seed.
it's yeah. I think it's just fucking.
Alright. So I'd say probably we want to switch to Shim because Hyperfang is going to do a lot more than Scratch from.
Well, actually,
cheats.
let's
get
end
some
it after
damage.
this battle.
No, that makes sense because we don't have to.
so we can have some suspense over the fossil.
Ooh,
So they have to tune into the next one.
they do.
Even though we totally said like 3 episodes that we're gonna choose Kabuto, but maybe we won't.
Comment to choose which
Maybe-
fossil you want
yeah,
us to get, and
comment
we won't do it.
Like, comment, and subscribe to possibly gamble on which.
Wait, hold on. I will Leech Seed kill here because if not, I think
Yeah.
we should switch into Shim, just so Shim can get some experience. Okay, yeah, I'd say switch.
Blastoise use guillotine.
No!
Fucking destroys him.
I think he's gonna have a Z right after this, which Shim.
Your
can
foe's
probably
weak, yeah,
say,
Shim! Fuck him up, Shim!
Please don't get poisoned.
We have antidotes.
Oh yeah, we do.
We're
You're
okay.
right.
I bought.
Oh, we have the. Oh yeah. Okay, he finally gets to eat his berry.
Eat a dick.
I mean,
and he gets
she-
the leech seed.
Shim loves her berries.
We have completely shorted the stock, and we've made $750 million.
We really have.
Eat it, Wall Street. That's our next topic. Thoughts on Wall Street, Alex?
What's that?
What are your thoughts
My thoughts on Wall Street.
on Wall Street?
It was my least favorite place to bring deliveries when I worked at a lobster restaurant in the financial district.
Did you ever deal with any like high action bankers?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
But not directly. Well,
Oh,
okay.
well-
There was one I worked with directly.
Oh, I did. I just never met them.
There was one I worked with directly because he actually came into the shop.
Oh,
His
that's
name was
cool.
Ben. He was this large dude.
Ben
Not like
Cohen.
fat. He was just like really big.
Yeah.
And
Big
he
boy.
always came in at the end of the day when we had no customers, so I could just chat with him. And he always gave me fist bumps, and he always ordered a New England clam chowder. He was a really nice guy.
Alex, quick tactical decision.
Karate chop. Don't, charge won't do a lot of damage because it only works like when
Yeah.
you use it and then an electric move. and
That's what
Voltron
I was
doesn't learn
thinking. I was
anything
like, he
necessarily.
might. Boop
Yeah,
you.
we'll be fine. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
we're fine now. I'll say that.
And it was nice because I think I sort of inserted myself into I sort of realized my status relevant to them.
Yeah.
Because normally when I met like an older person who had a nice job, it was because they were like a friend of my parents or something.
No,
or they were
yeah, totally.
professionally required to speak to me.
And it's like,
so I started
hi.
chatting with him, and this woman he was with, who I guess was a colleague, was like writing down a list of really nice restaurants to take him to.
Oh,
and
what
so-
fossil are we gonna pick?
Oh no!
Pick another fossil!
See you next time.